All right, welcome back. Today we are diving deep, right to the very beginning, to the most famous word in all of Scripture, Bereshit. Now, we all know it as in the beginning, but what if that's just the tip of the iceberg? According to our source today, the Zohar, this isn't just a word about time. No, it's a blueprint. It's a divine instruction manual for how to engineer reality itself.
Okay, let's get right into this. The Zohar does something amazing here. It just cracks the code by reading the word differently. It's not one word, Bereshit, but two, Bara Shit. He created six. And with that one little change, the entire opening of Genesis transforms from a history lesson into an architectural command. Suddenly, it's not about when the universe started, it's about how it was constructed. The mystery isn't about time, it's about divine geometry.
So this just opens up a huge question, and it's going to guide our whole journey today. Forget the Big Bang for a second, and I want you to imagine a big build. What if everything, all of space, all matter, even consciousness, unfolded according to a super precise six-part plan, and it all came from one single infinitesimal point of pure potential? We're about to walk through a model of cosmic engineering that's been hiding in plain sight for centuries.
And here's our roadmap for how we're going to do it. First, we'll crack that primal code. Then, we'll explore the singularity, that point that existed before space. We'll witness the incredible six-fold cosmic expansion. Then, we'll meet the seventh principle, the one that receives it all. We'll uncover a 42-letter master key that runs the whole system. And finally, we'll see how this cosmic blueprint is also a map for you and me.
Okay, first things first, let's get our tools out and really decode that initial command. This is where the whole paradigm flips on its head, revealing the action that was hiding inside the noun all along.
So look at this contrast. On one hand, the usual reading, Bereshit, just sets up a timeline. Day 1, then day 2. It's kind of passive, right? It's just describing what happened. But the Zoharic reading, Bara Shit, well, that's an active command. He created 6. This isn't a history report, it's a verb. It's the divine architect hitting go on the construction of reality's core axes, the very dimensions that will hold everything that's to come. But of course, before you can have 6, you have to have 1. Before any structure could unfold, absolutely everything was contained within a single primordial point of just infinite potential. This is the origin story that happens before the origin story we all know. The mystics have a name for this, the Nakuda Kadma, the primordial point. I want you to try and imagine a state before space even existed, before dimensions, where everything that ever was or ever will be just exists as pure, unexpressed potential. It's described as the single point of light, a seed of divine wisdom, or chakma, just pulsating in the void. And get this, it's not a point in space, it's the point from which space itself is going to be born.
So to bring this ancient idea into our world, let's use a tech analogy. Think of the primordial point as the CPU of a cosmic supercomputer before you've hit the power button. All the code, every possible program, the entire operating system of the universe exists right there. But it's latent, it's unexpressed. This point is literally the CPU of creation, holding the entire blueprint before the command Bara Shit, create 6, is executed. So how in the world does this one little point become an entire structured universe? Well, this is the moment the system boots up. This is where that single point explodes into 6 fundamental vectors that literally become the walls of reality.
Okay, really try to picture this. That primordial point ignites, and from that single origin, energy just bursts out simultaneously in 6 distinct opposing directions, north and south, east and west, above and below. And these aren't random explosions, no, they are perfectly defined axes that snap into place, forming a stable, 3-dimensional grid of pure light. This is the exact moment the void gets structure, the formless gets form. It's like a cosmic scaffolding is instantly erected, and the rest of creation is going to be built upon it.
The very first vector to erupt is south, and it's known as Chesed. Picture this brilliant, silver-white current of pure, benevolent energy flowing outward with just unstoppable force. This is the principle of boundless giving, of infinite expansion and grace. It's the raw, unfiltered desire of the Creator to just share goodness, with no limits, no boundaries. Then, in perfect opposition, a second vector flashes north. This is Gevurah.
Now picture a focused, powerful current of fiery red light. If Chesed is pure expansion, Gevurah is contraction. It's the force of strength, of discipline, of judgment. It's what creates the boundaries and the definitions that give shape and structure to Chesed's boundless flow. Without Gevurah, that infinite light would just, poof, dissipate into nothing.
Now, holding the balance between these two incredible opposites, a third vector radiates out to the east. This is Tiferet. I want you to see this as a radiant, golden, or maybe emerald green light. Tiferet is the perfect synthesis of Chesed's outflow and Gevurah's restraint. It is the principle of harmony, of balance, truth, and beauty. It's the central pillar that makes sure creation isn't a chaotic flood on one side or a rigid prison on the other, but a beautiful, balanced system.
So next, the structure gets more complex. Out to the west and up above, two more vectors emerge, Netzach and Hod. Now, think of these less as primary forces and more like the intricate wiring of the system. They take the raw power from those first three energies and they start channeling them into specific, actionable pathways. This allows the divine blueprint to be implemented with incredible precision and detail. They represent endurance and splendor.
And finally, the sixth vector extends below. This is Yesod, the foundation. The best way to visualize this as the central hub, or maybe the final output port where all the energies from the other five directions converge. Yesod gathers everything, it concentrates it, it focuses all of this creative potential, getting it ready for its final jump from a divine blueprint into the tangible reality we know.
So what we've just built is a complete architectural system. The six directions of space aren't just empty voids, they are living, breathing channels for six fundamental divine qualities. South is that expansive flow of Chesed, like water. North is the focused intensity of Gevurah, like fire. And east is the balancing harmony of Tiferet, which sits right between them. Altogether, they form this dynamic, purposeful structure for reality. Okay, so we have these six vectors of energy flowing from a central point. But where are they flowing to? I mean, what's the point of this incredible structure? And that brings us to the seventh and final principle, the destination that makes the whole thing real.
This destination is called Malkut, which means kingdom. Now, Malkut isn't a seventh direction, it is the central point of reception. It's our physical reality. It's the screen on which all these divine energies are projected. It is the field that receives and integrates that balanced flow of energy coming from all six sides, completing the divine 6+1 structure. Now that we have the cosmic hardware in place, the six channels and a receiving field, we need the software. You see, the flow of energy through this system isn't random. The Zohar tells us it is governed by a precise, stabilizing force, a master code.
And this is where the Zohar reveals that in the very act of Bara Shit, of creating the six, a much deeper secret was engraved into the fabric of reality, the mystical 42-letter name of God. This number, 42, is the key to the entire operating system of creation.
This is known as the Shem Mem Bet, or the name of 42 letters. Now, it is so crucial to understand, this is not a name you pronounce. Think of it more like a generative matrix, or a master encryption key. It functions as the divine operating system that governs and stabilizes the flow of energy through those six vectors as they pour into Malkut. The ancient texts talk about a world of chaos that existed before this, where unbalanced energies, these primordial kings, couldn't coexist and would basically shatter reality. The 42-letter name is what provides the order, the divine code, that allows the universe to exist in a stable, beautiful harmony.
Okay, so, ancient cosmic architecture, divine operating systems. Why does any of this matter to you and me today in our lives? Well, because according to this wisdom, the blueprint for the universe is also the blueprint for the human soul. The macrocosm is perfectly reflected in the microcosm.
Let's look at this through a couple of modern lenses. So if you're a gamer, think of your life as the ultimate hero's journey. Your soul is the central core, your starting point. And to complete your quest, you have to activate and master six fundamental power streams inside you. Love, which is Chesed, discipline, Gevurah, harmony, Tiferet, and so on. A balanced character build is literally the key to winning the game. Or, if you're more of an engineer, see yourself as a complex system. Your consciousness is the singularity, the central processor. Your emotions, your spiritual abilities, those are all vectors of energy. A chaotic life is when some vectors are firing off like crazy while others are totally dormant. A fully actualized life is a stable, integrated system where all your vectors are balanced, creating a powerful, coherent, and purposeful life.
So you see, this cosmic story actually gives us a practical path for our own growth. First, we start by recognizing that primal point inside ourselves, our unique, infinite potential. Second, we have to consciously expand in those 6 directions, develop our capacity for love, for discipline, for balance, and the rest. Third, we have to integrate these energies into our daily actions, into our own personal malkuth, our reality. And fourth, we live by that inner divine code of integrity that brings stability and meaning to our world. Really, the ultimate takeaway is this. The very first word of the Torah, when you read it through the lens of the Zohar, reveals a universe that is not some chaotic accident. It is an intentional, magnificent, and deeply meaningful design. A balanced, 6-fold structure of energy and consciousness. And that exact same blueprint, that same potential for balanced and beautiful structure, exists right inside of you.
Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week.
If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.